You're welcome back. This is Breakfast Daily. You know, they say that there's a lot of pressure in town. Of course, there is. But, you know, sometimes you just don't have to let how your pocket feels, you know, show on your face. There's so much you can use makeup to cover, you know, and that includes your level of finances. It's okay. You know, sometimes there's nothing inside, but you can actually feel good about yourself, and makeup can do all the magic. You know, for some of us who are not too good with our own makeup, you always need somebody, you know, to set the example, somebody to take you through some tutorials, and then you can follow as well. And that is exactly what you're going to be doing. So, you know, for me, I got my pencils, I got my foundation, I have my powder, I have this, I buy everything. Now the application is the problem. Sometimes by the time I finish, I have to wash my face because it's all over the place. Because that is not my space. We have people whose duty it is to bring sanity to our face. And we are privileged to have one of such ladies this morning. Our guest now is going to be showing us how to contour and highlight for beginners like moi. You know, I need these tutorials more than the fight against Galamsey. Anyway, so we have here with us Stephanie Edu Modikongo. I hope I got that right. She's the CEO, Calabos Cosmetics. Hi, Stephanie.
Hello.
How you doing?
I'm very well. Thank you for having me.
Anytime. Now, I like everything about you. I like your figure, I like your face,
Hey,
I like your hair, I like
thank you.
everything about you.
I'll come every week with this.
You are very welcome. Just that at some point, Omani will be bringing you the invoice, but it's okay. We can talk about that. But so for a beginner, you know, what do I need? How do I even hold my brushes? You know, and how do I get my face looking all glammed up?
Okay, so I love today's topic, highlighting and contouring for beginners.
Yes.
And this is because this is the difference between what we call the women and the girls when it comes to makeup.
Okay.
The professionals and the amateurs.
Yes.
It brings dimension to the face. So we're going to really take it back and do step-by-step guide about how to do this really traditional trick of bringing dimension and just having fun. And you said just covering up your financial worries and everything else.
Your stress and everything in between, you know. So have you contoured your face?
Absolutely. And it doesn't have to be dramatic. That's the thing that I really want to teach women today, because when you say highlighting and contouring, you may get overwhelmed, you may get intimidated. But today I'm going to teach you how to do it just so that you can add some 3D dimension to the face, and you can tell, okay, wow, this is what I should look like, or this is what makeup should look like, and this is what I'm missing.
You know, some people have their contours on their face and highlights, and they look like a Ghana flag because you can really tell, you know, the shades and what is coming where. You can actually feel the bridges in between.
Absolutely.
But how do we make it to get it so seamless?
The trick is all in the blending.
Okay.
It's really in the blending. And for that, you do need good tools, and you do need to know how to blend. And hopefully I'm going to teach you some tricks that will just bring down the barrier and encourage you and other women to try.
We are at your mercy.
Thank you. So we are going to start off with highlighting the face.
Okay.
And when we say highlights, we are going to focus on any of the regions of the face that the sun naturally hits.
Okay. So now what has she got on her face?
Right now, that's a very good, actually, let's start. She just has foundation.
Okay.
But she looks more glammed up because she's done a little bit of eyeshadow and she's put some lashes on in her lips. But after you see the effects of highlighting and contouring, you'll see the whole look come together.
Well, she has a beautiful skin.
She does. Our yard Dubai here. So we'll start with the highlighting.
Okay.
So that is where the sun naturally hits. So underneath the eye.
Okay.
The sun will naturally hit here as well, and a little bit on the chin and the nose. So I'm just going to take a brush that has these round edges like this. It has to be a little bit soft and fluffy. This is one of our brushes that we love.
Must the brush be this small?
Actually, yes, because it needs to get underneath the eyes and blend out very well. Otherwise, it's going to get messy.
Yeah.
So it's really important that I'm just going to place, and let me make sure that it's super important. You can see that this is 1 or 2 shades lighter than her foundation.
Sure.
And that's what you need to make sure that you are brightening up the areas that the sun will naturally hit.
So there are, what is this? What are you applying now?
This is just concealer.
Concealer.
Concealer, or it can be a foundation. Maybe, you know, sometimes you buy the wrong foundation shade.
Yes.
If it's too light, you can actually use it to highlight your face. So try and use what you have at home. We're trying to be economical
Absolutely
these days. So that is what we are trying to do. Now, if you can see, I'm placing it underneath the eye.
Yes.
As you said, the smaller brush like this is really important for getting underneath the eye and blending out very well.
Yeah.
I'm bringing it down the nose, and then I'm bringing it up here.
Okay.
Now, when you bring it up here, it's like it all gives the face a facelift. So it's really, really crucial. And then just bringing it down to the nose, like so.
Okay. It shouldn't touch the cheeks, right?
It actually can, but you see, I'm putting it
The
here.
upper part of the cheek?
Exactly. The upper part of the cheek is exactly where it should stop.
Right. Okay.
And then, because she's already got a foundation foundation on there, once you take another brush and blend it together, as we said, the trick is in no harsh lines.
Sure.
Blending, blending, blending. So today is just a quick tutorial. This is like, if you're, a busy woman, you're a mom, you don't have much time, but you need to look good. Maybe you have an important meeting, or you feel like today is one of those services you have to stand at the front.
Of course.
This is one of those that you'll just spend an extra 10 minutes just to do this, so that people will be like, oh wow, okay, she's done something different to her face today. So we are doing underneath the eyes, as we said.
Okay.
Now remember, I know there's probably some makeup fanatics that watch your show, but this is just for beginners.
Yes.
We're literally going to make sure that we are not going to intimidate. And a little bit underneath the chin.
Okay.
There, sometimes just to tie it all together, you just want to make sure you're blending it into other areas of the face. And I've already done a little bit on the forehead as well. Now, I hope this is coming across in the camera, but you can see that her face is already brightened up a little bit. And that's just stage 1 of the highlighting and contouring. Now, of course, you can't just leave it like that. You have to set it, because we are in Ghana sun.
Yes.
You want it to last.
Yeah.
So you're going to set it with some powder.
Okay.
So I'm going to, first of all, take another clean brush. I love a brush like this. It's slanted. This is another one of ours. And just, you see, when you do this, it blends any harsh lines together. It really isn't that trick. And that's what beginners need to really understand. Just these simple tricks will make it seem like you're a professional.
So a lot of the trick rests with the brushes you are using.
Yeah, to be honest, really, really, because anybody can have these products, but unless you know what to do with it and you know the tricks, most women are in a hurry. Most women are like, okay, I don't have that time. What can I do that's going to speed it up, but I can achieve a good effect? And that really is in the brushes.
A lot of people will take the big brush and then squeeze, the bristles and try to use it. Is that wrong?
It is wrong, because you are going to make a mistake, and then you're going to ruin all of the work that
So
you've done.
you just want it to end here, and it comes to this side.
And then you create another issue for yourself, and you're like, oh wow, what can you do? Then you have to leave the house like that. So just knowing that there's a few brushes that you don't need a lot as a beginner, just a few. Now that has blended out, then I'm going to set it just with some powder. Again, we just to make sure that it lasts.
So is this my normal powder, or this also has to be a shade lighter than my normal powder?
Absolutely does have to be a shade lighter.
Okay.
Yes, it does have to be a shade lighter. That's a very, very good point. And again, some people have palettes, so you don't have to spend extra money.
Exactly.
And so you're just looking for that lighter shade. And this is why those multicolored palettes are quite popular, because it gives you that versatility.
Different shades,
That gives you that versatility. So I hope this is on camera, that you really can see just a subtle difference that brings dimension. Now the second part is contouring, which is my favorite part.
And my word.
Really?
Because I can't seem to get it.
So I'm just going to turn her head a little bit here. And a standard trick is to do like a 3.
Okay.
So you're doing it here underneath the cheekbone. And then underneath the jawline. Okay, so that's the cheat.
Right.
I'll do it on the other side as well, so you can see from here, underneath the cheek line.
Okay.
And then underneath the jawline.
No, this is the best tutorial I've had. With it, because now it makes a lot of sense to me, and I'll not forget this.
Yes. That is really my aim. I'm so happy to hear that. So now with the contouring, contouring is to enhance the shadows on your face. So it creates sculpture to the face, and again adds that other dimension. So that's when you'll be looking chiseled, you'll get that slay, and it's just so, it just really does make the difference to your makeup.
Yeah.
So we're going in with a slanted brush, which is perfect for beginners as well. And because it's curved, it can fit into the grooves of the face very easily. So we are going to just cover the brush with our contour. Now to control it, you can just dab off the excess on your hand. That's another common mistake from beginners. They go straight in and then straight, and then they're like, oh, this is too much here. What am I going to do to blend? And it creates an issue. So less is more, and you build. So with the contouring, you like to blend up into where the highlight, so that it's like they're going to meet.
Quite honestly, I don't see any difference between this and architecture. Because with the way you are trying to put designs together and get everything to come together, as one piece, it takes a lot of creativity, honestly.
I mean, but once you know it, right? And you say that, my husband says the same thing. He looks at me and is like, this is art.
It is. It is. Yeah.
It really is. So again, the trick with this blending, I really want to drive home is that for highlight, you saw I blended down. For contour, you're blending up. So into the face. So we are blending up, and we're.
So this is a darker shade.
This is the darker shade, exactly. So the contour, as you said, should be 1 to 2 shades darker. Then that's the exact opposite of what the highlight should be. So we are bringing down, and I'm going to do
the jawline.
The jawline, which makes up the bottom of the 3. And then we bring it down. So from the forehead coming down. So bring it all together. This girl's enjoying this a bit too much. I don't pamper her enough, so this is why.
Enjoy it.
Yeah. And yes, if you invest in good brushes, you don't have to suffer and get prickled and everything like that. So, when you're spending the time to pamper yourself, make sure you're doing it right, It may not be every day that you have the opportunity to do this.
Yes. But so why do we sometimes, see people's makeup and you can really tell the lines, from what happens? Some people, after their whole thing is done, it looks yellow, it looks something else. Why?
So when you can really see that a person has makeup on and you can see it's a mismatch, it's because they've not matched their undertone of the skin to the makeup that they are using. And simply put, there are usually 3 different undertones. For dark-skinned women, it's red, like myself. I have more of a reddy tint. There's yellow, like hers. You can see there's a little bit of yellow, and it's like a neutral as well. So I know that if I'm going to wear any yellow foundation, even if it is dark, it's going to show on my skin because it's not my undertone. So that's why no matter even how you blend it, no matter what, it's going to show. Yeah, it's going to show. So undertones is a topic for another day.
Because I'm even lost.
But it is once you get it, you'll be like, wow, you know exactly what makeup to buy, in what range, and it really makes a big difference.
No, because of our time, we just have to know how it's going to look quickly. But moving on beyond here, where do we find you to ask you more questions? Because I have so much more.
We would love to hear from you. So we have an awesome online family called the CB family, because we're from Colorbox Cosmetics. We do specialize in brushes. That's what we do. So we know about brushes. We know the difference it can make to your makeup look. Absolutely, don't worry. And we just know that with brushes, it just makes it easier. So really do invest and look flawless, as we say.
Awesome. So I think we are done now, right?
Yes, we are. We're just setting the contour. And guys, that is it. You can leave your face, put a little bit of blush, setting spray, and you are fabulous and good to go.
No, I like this. The beauty is when it doesn't really look like you've had makeup on, but people are like, oh, I have beautiful skin. You know that. I'll put everything
That's
together.
That's the aim.
Absolutely, that's makeup. So makeup is not supposed to be worn as a mask.
No.
It's just supposed to enhance your looks, your beauty, and just make you look all glammed up without people being able to tell that you are wearing something on your face. Stephanie, you're such a pro. Thank you very much for these tutorials. I mean, even nobody else, for me, because I've learned so much. Thank you very much. We'll talk about the brushes later.
Thank you.
All
Thank
right.
you very much.
You look so beautiful. Don't, make sure you go to town today. Don't just go wash your face. Exactly, don't bath today. Right, so this is Breakfast Daily. We'll be right back.